All right. So this is our game. We're Noise Maker Games, and our game is technically called Ritmo. It's a it's really loud. It's a platforming rhythm game, kind of like Super Mario Bros. Meets Rock Band, where you play individual parts of a song and build them together over separate runs of the same level. So
wait, could you say that again?
Yeah.
Say your pitch again.
It is Super Mario Brothers meets Rock Band,
Okay.
where you build a song by playing different parts of the song through the level multiple times. Okay, you got it. All right, so this is one of our basic levels that we have set up. So you follow the notes that appear. You start on the red notes, and then you'll end up on the green and the blue notes later. This is really basic things like drumming. And there's little spinning notes that you have to spin to hit. They always have lights over them. Not always, I guess. But they have lights over them. What does this thing say? Until we get to the fun stuff.
Right, so once you hit the end of the level, you'll start at the beginning again, but your clone will go back and hit all of these notes that you're hitting this time. So this level's kind of long, so it'll take a second to get to the end. So right now you're just hearing the bass line. And the ambient track, yeah.
So when you get to the end, you start the new track of notes, and your clone will follow. So you can see a bunch of transparent notes across the top of the screen right now, and so those will be notes on a different track that you'll follow. Your clone will be down here hitting all the bass notes for you instead. And so through every run, you build more and more of the song until the very end. You get to play the whole thing.
That's too long, man.
Yeah.
Can you spin?
And so now you can see the clone, which is a block for this one. And then we'll be able to hit the green notes now. As the clone goes up, it hits the red notes. So that are now transparent.
Yeah, you can't hardly see the clone, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's hard to run on this level. It's really hard. So.
Nope. Yeah.
And so when you die, you get put back at the beginning.
Punish.
But you're gonna
so yeah, that might be a little too long for a single player thing. So in the multiplayer, instead of making clones, you each are on a specific instrument.
Let's see if we can see from over here.
Alright, so I'll be top left, like the right track, which is bass. Daniel's doing top right, he's doing drums, and Ronald is doing top left, doing
Yeah, that's really hard. Your notes aren't there.
Okay, so we're having a little bit of a bug here, but if they were hitting them, you would be able to hear the sound. Yeah, so it looks like they're not popping up. The idea, though, is that everyone is on their own instrument, and you run through the level once, and so you don't have to run through it again.
Hey, I'm just going to make a mid-presentation suggestion before I forget about it. Rather than resetting when you die, what you guys should be doing is ghosting when you die. So if you hit something that you shouldn't hit, you just advance, but you're translucent and can't collect notes for a set period of time, 4 or 5 seconds. So the punishment for hitting something isn't reset, it's you just
Yeah, rock, that's a rock band, that's right.
yeah.
Also, yes, it's not supposed to be doing this. So that's about
That's a feature. Oh my god. Yeah. All right, anything else before we open up to questions? All right, questions and comments, concerns.
Yeah, one concern I had, when I was watching you do it over and over, you're saying, oh, there's other notes. You're like, oh, I'm collecting the red notes. I had no indicator of what notes I was collecting, and then there was a split, and I'm like, well, do I go up or down? Where are my notes going to be? And that would frustrate me when it's like, okay, I have to make a decision arbitrarily, and then find out if I made the wrong decision, I can't redo it.
we plan on adding some sort of indicator, visual indicator to tell players which way they're supposed to start out. Once the level started, it's pretty easy
design so that if you're gonna make a decision, let me know, oh, okay, my red notes are in that, or my red notes are in that. So I know where I'm gonna be going with the level.
Also, failure should be faster, so if I, like, you have lots of long areas, so they should be platform, so like, a good scenario, like a perfect run is advanced. A good scenario is if I only miss a couple, right? So you want me to get a platform that was, oh my gosh, I should have gone down, I'll go downtown, but I only missed 2 notes, because those platforms were small, right? And then you got like up, down, challenges, or, you know, platform, and but you want me to be able to fail. I need to be able to not get 100%, right? But I also need to be able to recover from that lead away.
Yeah, it's like Roger talked about fail state. If fail state is you gotta go all the way back to the beginning. I would be done after 21 times.
We have checkpoints.
Especially when you have checkpoints.
We do.
Yeah, so halfway through that first one is not yet, but there will be a checkpoint.
It works on single players, it's not me.
Yeah, do that or do what Roger said, where you just can't, you just keep going, but you just can't take it.
Other studio audience questions, yeah?
So, like we were saying before, level design will be key, especially with the multiplayer thing, because I was confused as well. Also, something for you guys to look at, another school, FIA, did a game sort of like this with music. It's called Pitch Jumper. It might give you an idea, except their game goes, like, the level itself goes with the music, so it might just give you some ideas on design and things like that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It might be because I'm in the back, but I lost the player multiple times through the moving background. So I'm sure that's a placeholder art asset, but something bigger, not white, might be helpful.
Yeah. Are you going to limit it, multiplayer to 3 players?
4, we just didn't have 4 tracks ready.
These tracks are just-
Yeah.
I know the art before was basic, but I liked the art before. I feel like the background and things are just a little bit too distracting from what the player's doing. Even having a basic cube and having it spin, I like a lot more in simplicity than more of this art. How, you know, it was a lot, and I think it was a little distracting. Like things in the back, super bright yellow pyramid. So I was just kind of like looking at that more than what the player was doing. But I really like when you hit the note and how it kind of shatters. That's really cool. But I think I kind of like more the simplicity of things before.
I don't know how to solve this, but having it be split screen makes multiplayer experience feel more isolated than I think it should be. Like that Rock Band experience, everybody's chords are all sitting right next to each other, and you're still almost on the same screen together, even though it still is technically split screens. And so I don't know how to solve that problem, but you know, if I was playing in the top left, I would feel pretty isolated. So it's just a feeling that I get when I look at it, and I don't know the solution to that
Yeah, it's hard since the levels
because
are
like you do
split.
one level and make the camera change as like you would get huge, and you wouldn't be able to see anything.
I think they're right, and I think that you should, I don't know if this is possible, but could you design it so that all 4 tracks are on one screen? Because you're all, it's a forced run, right? You're all going at the same speed. So you don't have to have any zooming and, you know, things getting out of sync. If you can just have everybody move along exactly at the same time, that might work. Or to have separate scripts, that might work. But I think it would be more effective on me if I could see all the possible notes at one time and not have someone way up high and someone way low.
I have to agree with that 100%. I don't know why it's just on one screen, all 4 tracks enabled at the same time, and then 4 players jumping and hopefully getting the right ones. And if I go on the wrong path, then I got screwed.
You'd see more frenetic, you know, I think it'd be more fun as the players too.
The only problem with that, I've run through a few levels like that, is it gets really busy. Like, and so you can't, as bad as it was that you couldn't see there, when they're all right there, it's really hard to see.
Right, that's good.
That's
If you make the notes really clear, right? And then the platforms, you know, the platforms get all busy, you know, that's a challenge, right?
Show us what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't remember which games do this off the top of my head, but there are games that are multiplayer like that where everyone shares a screen, but the screen splits as people distance themselves from the group. So that's something you can do, is just have a dynamic camera where as long as everyone's somewhat close together, it's one screen, and then if one person jumps too high, it's a separate section of the screen, it splits off so we get another section on the top.
Those are isometric views of the lanes.
Yeah, that was something we were thinking about was different like Z values.
Any other questions? Kyle?
Definitely, if we're going multiplayer on the same screen, in addition to what you're saying, definitely the color fixes. Using the same colors in the notes, so you actually know which note to pick.
Yeah, because even you guys are introduced up here.
Yeah.
Tony?
I thought whenever I saw the multiplayer, I was like way more excited to play the game with friends and stuff. And the split screen could be a problem, but doing something like Little Big Planet did it, where the camera